Souffle, come on, we love eating them, but we get slightly nervous making them. I guarantee you, this will show you how to perfect the souffle. It is a showstopper, and it does give that final wow factor to the most amazing dinner party. The secret behind any great souffle is in the buttering of the mold. Now, these are ramekins. It's a beautiful porcelain mold. They need to be super dry inside. And then take a brush, you get some soft butter, sort of room temperature, not too soft where it starts to melt. But here's where you start to understand the science of a souffle. Hold the ramekin and you brush vertical strokes up from the bottom up. Think about what I'm doing. Why vertical? Well, when that egg white starts that momentum, that shell of butter around the outside lifts the souffle. And the perfect souffle has those beautiful little love handles at the side. It sort of bellows out at the side as it rises. Now, butter generously at the bottom, a few dabs, and then again, up, and you stroke up, okay? That little rim there as well, brush, but then it's almost like you're varnishing a garage door. The strokes need to be vertical, all the way up. Now, once you've completed all the way around, set that in the fridge for 30 seconds. You leave that to set, and then you do it again. So important. I've never yet, in over 357,049 souffles, ever had one stick and not risen. Brush the vertical strokes up again, and that's called almost like a double varnish of butter. Now, from there, you can see it's beautifully buttered all the way around. Raspberries and chocolate go hand in glove. An amazing marriage of that acidic, dense, beautiful flavor and chocolate. How do we get the chocolate in the souffle? I take my grated chocolate and I pour that into the mold. And then all I do now, because that second sear of butter, look, is still nice and sticky, I'm lining my mold with the chocolate. And you just spin that around. And the excess comes out. And you see this beautiful lined mold of butter and chocolate. Now you can do this without the chocolate. There's just something so delicious about the souffle. Dense, rich flavor of those raspberries lined with chocolate. Now, that is beautifully lined. It's been buttered twice. The strokes have been vertical, and I've got grated chocolate now stuck to the butter. That goes back in the fridge, literally, whilst you whip your egg whites. Now, stage one done beautifully, whipping the egg whites. First of all, you don't whip and then start mixing your puree and your pastry cream. You get that ready first because you have to be protective over your whites. So in this bowl, I've got 1 large tablespoon of pastry cream. That's a classic pastry cream. It's eggs, sugar, cornstarch, and milk, brought up to the boil, thickened, and then from there, on a tray, left to set. From there, I've got my raspberry puree. It's almost like a raspberry jam. So it's basically raspberries that have been blitzed, reduced down to a pulp, passed through a sieve so all those little seeds have gone, and you've got this nice, rich, tart, beautiful raspberry puree. You can buy this puree frozen. Making it fresh makes a big difference, especially ahead of a great dinner party. Now, in with your raspberry. Now the secret here, okay, is absolutely mix them up. Now, a whisk, and you're whisking that pastry cream into the jam. I first mastered how to nail a beautiful soufflé in Paris, 22 years of age. And ever since then, I just love the excitement every time they pop in the oven. So that stage is done. Egg whites. Strongly recommend when you make a soufflé, the egg whites at room temperature. It creates more momentum, but more importantly, the whole process starts to blend in to the puree a lot easier. Ice cold whipped egg whites break down so quickly, so be super careful. The biggest mistake you always make when whipping the egg whites is you add the sugar too early. Add the sugar too early and you're bringing the weight of the egg whites down. Let it gain momentum. Let it get to a fluffy 2/3 stage, and then you start adding your sugar. Egg whites into the mixer. Double check that the mixer is spotless inside. A hint of water, whether it's left in the bowl, a hint of water on the whisk, can destroy your egg whites. Clean. Egg whites in. And then down, and on we go. Start slowly, gain momentum, and then whack it up. Watch. Don't leave here. Now we see the velocity of the egg white trebled in volume. A touch of lemon juice, a squeezed lemon juice. That helps to strengthen the bright whiteness of the egg white. Back on, keep that momentum. 2/3 momentum now, and we're gonna lightly sprinkle the sugar. Just one finger underneath the jar, and we tap, and it just folds in gently. Rather than pouring it, tap, and it cascades the sugar in. You can see the egg white start to glisten. It's getting shinier and shinier. Tap, tap, tap with your finger. You've got such control. Releasing tiny granules. One big dump of sugar will go straight to the bottom. You'll never get it even distributed. So, tap. Now, I've got you. All the sugar's in. Fingers away. Increase the momentum. Look at the color of those whites. Bright white, and it's starting to shine and glisten beautifully. I'll do something naughty now to get the top whipped as much as the bottom. Put my finger there, and I just lift up, and that whips the top as well. Sometimes you've got such momentum in the egg white, you don't get the top whipped as much as the bottom. Just 30 seconds up, and back down. You'll see that nice, even whip. Back on full. Now, it's ready. Whip, off, and down. Lift up, beautiful. Now, tap. Now from there, taste the egg whites. Really important. Light, creamy, fluffy. Now, here's the secret. You take 1/3 of this out. And we're not folding that. I'm gonna whip that into my pastry cream. Everyone thinks you've gotta fold it in. You can't, it's impossible. 1/3 out. And now you whip that in there. It's gonna knock the air back down. I'll explain why. That makes sure you have an even distribution of that jam and that beautiful pastry cream. So look, it's going back down now to a nice, thick raspberry jam. In my flagship restaurant, Gordon Ramsay in Chelsea, not only do we celebrate 20 years this year, 17 years as 3-star Michelin, every time we have a soufflé on order, I make 3. One's for the client, one's for the emergency insurance policy in case we drop one, and the third one is a tester for us all to make sure it's on point. The consistency's there, and more importantly, we've got that level of continuity across the soufflés. Master this, and trust me, soufflés can be seasonal, apricot, banana, white chocolate, dark chocolate. This is the basic, stunning recipe. Get this one right, then evolve it. Now, it's just starting to drop through my whisk. That's exactly where I want it to go. Now, I have the careful folding in of the rest of the egg white. Stiff peak, nice and firm. They're like little icebergs all the way in. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. We turn in and we fold. We turn in and we fold. Gently incorporating all that flavor in and not knocking the essence out of your souffle. So whip and whip and whip. From there, you can see that nice, beautiful color. Clean the spatula as you go. Clean that bowl. Now, you turn it over and again, turn it round, round and round. Carefully, not knocking that air out of there. Yes, it will go down, but don't panic, okay? Make sure all those lumps have gone gently on there. Now, your mold. Take that mold out and then very carefully spoon that mixture in. Smells so fragrant. In. Nice and carefully. Now, get your cloth and literally just tap nice and gently, and that allows all that mixture to come down evenly across your mixture. And so there's no uneven edges at the bottom. So it should rise nice and evenly, and these little handles at the side should come out. Take your palette knife, smooth off, and one beautiful move, clean and round. Now, from there, really important that you clean your mold because you don't want it caking around the outside, otherwise it looks really dirty. And then finally, from there, your thumb, and just create that little edge nicely. Now, put that onto your tray, into your oven, 14 minutes at 355. In we go. Right, this is it. There's silence in the dining room because they are desperate to understand what's for dessert. But trust me, when you pull this out of the oven, who needs to go to a restaurant for a stunning souffle? Gently lay that tray down. Get the cloth in both hands. I like to use my fingers and sort of come in like that, jam, lift up, and then dust it with ice and sugar and let it sit on top. Now, I promise you, you can take this a step further. Fresh coulis at the table, souffle down, spoon, 1, 2, coulis, number 3. Oh, that is a showstopper. Now, let me show you something. That fresh coulis literally takes that to a whole new level. Look at that. There you have the most amazing raspberry souffle that will wow any dinner party anywhere in the world. Fucking delicious.